different than many others, which is that AI is not going to take blue-collar jobs so quickly, but is actually going to take white-collar jobs.
Yeah. Well, both will happen. AI will be, at the same time, a replacement for blue-collar, white-collar jobs, and be a great symbiotic tool for doctors, lawyers, and you, for example. But the white-collar jobs are easier to take because they're a pure quantitative analytical process. Let's say reporters, traders, telemarketing, telesales, customer service.
Analysts?
Analysts, yes. These can all be replaced just by a software. To do blue collar, some of the work requires, hand-eye coordination, things that machines are not yet good enough to do.
And so therefore, are you convinced long-term that we're going to have a jobs problem in the world?
Not long-term, but maybe in the next 10 years, within the next 10 years.
You mean it's going to happen much sooner?
Much sooner.
So you always say this is a Malthusian argument.
I do, and I thought there's going to be 3 people that need to be employed to keep each robot working.
That's what the roboticists would like you to think, so they don't have to answer to the jobs problem. But robots are clearly replacing people's jobs. They're working 24/7. They're more efficient, and they need some programming, but one programmer can program 10,000 robots.
There's some funny stuff over the weekend that if you want to keep a robot out of your house, you close the door because they're not good with doorknobs, they're not good with steps, they're not good. There's actually a shot of a robot like totally toppled over because the steps weren't conventional type steps. I mean, I guess Uber needs to be Netflix, right? Uber needs to, there won't be any drivers, but it will be Uber that does the Waymo cars or something? Is that the way it's going to work?
Well, you already have a robot in your house, right? The Amazon Echo is a beginning of a robot.
I have one in my house that's not turned on because it's too nosy.
Well, that shows we have the power over the robots, but the robots don't have to be anthropomorphized. They can be just an appliance. And the car that has autonomous driving, it's not going to have a humanoid person. It's just going to be without steering wheel.
So this would be different than every other disruption in history then?
Faster, certainly faster.
No, but different in terms of not I mean, it will give people, obviously, productivity will go up and it'll give people more free time, but you think that it will, in terms of GDP per capita, do you think that goes down because you're not employed, or do you actually, is your life actually enriched because you have to spend less time doing these menial things? I mean, no one used to work 16 hours a day on the farm.
Yeah.
Not having to do that, but having more food than we can possibly imagine, that has not been a bad thing, even though we don't have farmers anymore. This time you're saying it's going to be different because people aren't going to have jobs.
Well, GDP will go dramatically up because AI can do so many things so much more efficiently.
I don't know, maybe I don't want to work menial jobs or I
think that is the key. If a lot of people will find happiness without working, that would be a happy outcome.